Hi everyone and welcome back to another episode of Discard Dead, where we like to open boosters, boxes and decks of out-of-print trading card games. Today we will look at MLB Showdown, the baseball simulation card game, more specifically the 2005 rules. Every iteration of the game has a few changes each time, so it makes sense to me to use the last official rule set. Players will take on the role of managers of their Major League Baseball dream team, drawing on potential talent from each of the 30 teams. We'll be going over each of the rules of the game, but whenever I introduce a rule from the Advanced or Expert game, there'll be a header in the top right corner to let you know. Let's take a look. There are really two types of cards in MLB Showdown, players and strategies. The players though, there are a few different types and we'll go over them all because not every player can do the same thing. Strategy cards are used during the at-bat in expert games only. There are offensive, defensive, and utility support cards. They each have a response target showing when they can be used and an effect. After use, they are discarded. Be advised that you cannot play two strategy cards with the same name in the same at-bat. If a card says, play on X result, it can only be played between rolling for the swing and applying the result. If it says, play after X result, it can only be played after resolving that result. A strategy might allow a player to steal a base. If so, roll a d20 and add the catcher's arm bonus. If it is greater than the runner's speed, they are successfully out. Otherwise, if equal to or lower, the runner successfully steals the base. A strategy card might call for a fielding check. Roll a d20 and add the requested fielder's bonus to the roll. If it is 21 or more, the check passes. 20 or less means failure. Finally, if your strategy deck runs out, do not shuffle your discard pile to make a new deck. You simply cannot draw more. Let's take a look at the players now. Before we get to the nitty-gritty of reading a card, let's take a quick look at the various editions. The layout of the card has had a major change every 2 years, with the 2000-2001 versions, the 2002 and 2003 versions, and finally 2004 and 5, the last of which we'll use for this video. It should be noted that due to rule changes and stat changes between years, the various sets are mostly incompatible for standard play. Anyway, the basic information here we have the player's name, points cost, and their swing result table, which is used to determine the success of a pitcher's throw or a hitter's batting. Batters and runners. Batters have a speed value denoted by a letter and a number, which is only used with certain strategy cards. Pitchers are always considered speed C8. The batter either hits left or right-handed or is a switch hitter. A switch hitter always bats opposite the pitcher, left against a right-hand pitcher for example. How a player throws or bats only matters for strategy cards. Here shows which positions players are qualified to take as well as a modifier. They are catcher, first base, second base, third base, shortstop, left field, center field, and right field. A player that has IF, meaning infield, qualifies for first, second, third base, and shortstop. A player with OF, meaning outfield, qualifies for left, center, and right field. This is used for when working out double plays, extra bases, and for fielding checks for some strategy cards. A catcher's bonus is actually his arm bonus, used when players attempt to steal bases. Catchers and pitchers are considered to have a +0 modifier when fielding. A batter's on-base value is tested by the pitcher to determine who has advantage, meaning which swing result table gets used. Pitchers. A pitcher's position in your lineup is marked as either starter, reliever, or closer. You must have 4 starter pitchers when building your team. Relievers and closers are only distinguished for strategy cards. A pitcher's control is a bonus applied to the pitch roll against a batter's on base to determine advantage. The hand the pitcher uses, whether they are a left-hand or a right-hand pitcher. Innings pitched shows how many innings he can stay in the game before tiring. For each inning he remains in the game past his limit, a -1 penalty is applied to the pitch roll. For every 3 runs that were scored when a pitcher was at the mound, his IP is reduced by 1. So if an IP7 pitcher has let 12 runs be scored, he would get -4 to his IP, bringing him to 3. Additionally, if it were the 5th inning, his pitch roll would be at -2. Some players have special icons or markers to show that they can do different things during a game. These are only useful in advanced games to enhance gameplay. These icons are not used in expert games except for bonus effects from strategy cards. In an expert game, a player with an icon is no different than one without, unless you play a strategy card that is associated with it. Deck building in MLB Showdown is a little different to other card games in that the only actual deck you build only consists of strategy cards. Your strategy card deck consists of 60 cards with no more than 4 of a single card, spanning over offensive, defensive, and utility cards. They can do a variety of different things such as increased chances of hitting, forcing crucial rerolls, or even just drawing cards. If you're using a strategy deck in your expert game, and it is optional, it's a good idea to keep a good selection of different types, as you can only use offensive cards when it is your turn or defensive when it is not. You may also include a sideboard of exactly 15 cards, which are included when counting how many of each card you have. You can have 3 copies of a single card in your strategy deck, and up to no more than 1 in your sideboard, for example. Players aren't put into a deck, but are collected into a team. To build a team, you must keep to these guidelines. You must have exactly 25 players. You must have at least 9 fielders and other hitters. Your starting lineup must fill all the fielding positions. Your team has exactly 4 starter pitchers, ordered 1 to 4, from the highest points cost to lowest. Your team has no duplicates of players. You have a designated hitter even if you use National League rules. And your players must have a total point value of 5,000 points or less. First, let's take a look at the field. The center diamond shows the batter's plate, first base, second base, and third base, and in the middle is the mound where the pitcher stands, ready to throw. Along the top and bottom are the team lineups. This is the bullpen where your relief and closing pitchers wait, and your bench where any additional team members, such as backup hitters, go. Your strategy deck goes here, with your discard pile next to it. Before you start playing, let's go through the following steps. Step 1. Determine who the home team is by rolling a die or flipping a coin. Their opponent is referred to as the visiting team. Step 2. Next, see where you are in your rotation. The home player then rolls a 20-sided die. On a 1 to 5, you use the first starting pitcher. On a 6 to 10, you use your second, 11 to 15 for your third, and for your fourth, it is 16 to 20. Step 3. After that, you can set up your starting lineup, consisting of 9 regulars plus the starting pitcher for American League rules, or 8 regulars plus the pitcher for National League rules. Regardless of which rules you play with, each fielding position must be filled by a qualifying player. If you play by American League rules, you may select one of your regulars as your designated hitter. If your designated hitter goes onto the field, you lose that position for the rest of the game and your pitcher goes into your lineup instead, as if you are playing National League. Step 4. Select your batting order by putting your highest on-base or speed player first, another high on-base or speed number on second, and then good hitters on third and fourth. Put another good hitter on fifth to protect your third and fourth hitters, and then fill out the 6th to 9th spots with whoever is left. If you're playing National League rules, have your pitcher bat last. Each manager may then swap between their strategy deck and sideboard before shuffling it. They can pass it to their opponent to shuffle and cut it before handing it back. Managers then draw 3 cards from their respective decks and the game begins, starting with the visiting team on offense. The home team puts their starting pitcher on the mound and the visiting team sends their first batter to the batting plate. At the start of the top and bottom of an inning, managers each draw a strategy card. The game now goes through a series of rounds referred to as innings, with each inning split into 2 parts, the top and the bottom. The top of the inning is when the visiting team is on the offense and bats while the home team is on defense and is in the field. After the top is finished, the bottom begins with the home team on offense and the visiting team on defense. When the inning is finished, the teams switch again, the visiting team batting and the home team on the field. The basic process of gameplay is relatively simple now. Batter up. The next batter in the lineup is sent to the plate. Substitutions. There's a fair bit involving substituting players during the at-bat, and we'll have a look at it in the next section. Walk. The defense may call an intentional walk. There is no pitch or swing, and it is not considered a walk result for strategy cards. otherwise it works as a regular walk. Bunt. The offense may call a sacrifice bunt. Roll the swing on the pitcher's chart. On a pop-up, the batter is out and the runners don't advance. Otherwise, the batter is out and the runners can advance one base. Strategy. Take turns playing before the pitch strategy cards. The pitch. The defense's pitcher rolls a d20 or 20-sided die and adds their control bonus. The total is checked against the batter's on-base number. If it is higher, the pitcher has the advantage. If it is equal to or lower than the on-base number, the batter has the advantage. The swing. The offense's batter now rolls a d20 and cross-references the number against the chart of whoever had the advantage. We'll get to the possible results in a moment. Strategy. Take turns playing on a certain result strategy cards. Resolve the swing. Check the final roll of the swing against the swing result table and proceed with the result. If after a strategy card is played, the roll equals less than 1, treat it as if it were a 1. Strategy again. Take turns playing after a certain result strategy cards. When 3 of your players get out, offense and defense is finished and the teams switch. When teams switch over and before the pitcher takes the mound, each manager draws a strategy card. Depending on the role of the swing and whatever strategy cards were played, the result will be one of 10 possibilities. A little differentiation on player terms for offense. When a player is at the plate to bat, they are called a batter. If the batter gets to a base safely, he is then referred to as a runner. Let's take a look at Kent Merker and Omar Infante. On this bar shows the result to check with. Below that, the corresponding result, as follows. PU, meaning pop-up. A batter that gets a pop-up is out. All runners stay where they are. SO, meaning strike out. A batter that gets a strikeout is out. All runners stay where they are. GB, ground ball. In the basic game, a batter that gets a ground ball is out. In the advanced and expert games, if there is a runner on first base, they are out and the infield can try to get the batter out. The defense rolls a d20 and adds the infield total. If it beats the batter's speed, he's out. Otherwise, he is safe. A runner on third base scores and a runner on second moves to third base. FB, or fly ball. In the basic game, a batter that gets a fly ball is out. In the advanced and expert games, if the fly ball doesn't mark the offense's third out, runners on second and third can try for extra bases. If they do, the defense rolls a d20 and adds the outfield total, left field, center field, plus right field. If it beats the runner's speed, they're out. Otherwise, they're safe. +5 to this roll if the runner is trying for home, and an additional +5 if there were already 2 outs marked on the offense. If more than one runner is trying to advance, the outfield must choose which one to try to throw at before the roll is made. If your pitcher gets 3 outs at the start of an inning without any player reaching a base safely, this is called a 1-2-3 inning. Any pitcher with the CY Young icon gets an additional +1 IP. If a player gets a pop-up, a strikeout, a ground ball, or a fly ball, they are out. An out is marked against the batting team, and if 3 outs are marked, the portion of the inning is over and the teams switch. BB, or walk. The batter goes to first. If you had a runner on first, he is forced to second. If you also had a runner on second, he is forced to third. And if you also had a runner on third, he scores a run. 1B, a single. Every runner advances 1 base and the batter goes on first. 1B plus, or single plus. A single plus is the same as a single that gives the batter a chance to steal second base if it's open. Before the next pitch, the previous player who got the single plus may move to second base. 2B, a double. Every runner advances 2 bases and the batter goes on second. 3B, a triple. Every runner scores and the batter goes on third. Finally, HR, or home run. Every runner scores as well as the batter. A number of substitution plays can be made at an at-bat before the pitch, and they occur in order. Step 1. Pinch hitters. The offense may switch their batter for a pinch hitter, which may be someone not in the original lineup who has a better on-base number or who has a better swing result table. The pinch hitter replaces the current batter for the remainder of the game. Step 2. Pitcher. The defense may switch the pitcher out. If they do, the offense may then substitute in a pinch hitter even if they already have this at-bat. The defense may not switch out their starting pitcher unless it's after the 4th inning, or they've given up 10 runs, or if a strategy card allows it. Your starter is set aside and replaced with a pitcher from your bullpen, either a reliever or closer. Defensive replacements. In the expert game, you can also make substitutions to your lineup, as long as you can cover all required fielding positions when defending. Pinch runners. In addition to defensive replacements, pinch runners can be switched in, replacing a runner on base with another from the bench. Out of position. In the expert game, any player who isn't a pitcher can be fielded to first base, even if they don't qualify it. They are considered out of position and suffer a -1 penalty to fielding instead of whatever bonus is printed. First base is the only position that a player can play when out of position. Scoring works the same as in regular baseball. After playing through 9 innings, add up the number of runs in each inning. The team with the highest score wins the game. Hey everyone, I hope you all enjoyed the game. I'll tell you, it was quite a thing getting hold of the rules for this game. I had to get materials from a few different sources and none of them were really complete. Please feel free to like and subscribe for more videos and such, and I'll see you all in the next video. See ya!